Jennifer Piggott voted for Trump in the November election. Then in February, she was fired from her civil service job.
Absolutely, I feel a little bit betrayed.
She was among more than 125 people dismissed last month from the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Service in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
And what part of this don't you remember?
Because I don't want anybody going on me. We need every voter. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
No kings, no tyrants, no kings, no tyrants.
The cuts have shaken up a community that overwhelmingly voted for Trump. He won West Virginia with 70% of the vote, one of his biggest victories. But the betrayal felt by Piggott, a church-going conservative and three-time Trump voter, comes as political analysts are examining early signs of a possible backlash in Republican strongholds like Parkersburg, where the government-slashing efforts of Trump and Doge are beginning to hit home.
Elon Musk has basically taken over our government and has calling the shots, unfortunately, it seems to be.
No, because I want you to hear me when I say with my full fucking chest, if you voted for Donald Trump, I want you out of my life.
Back and forth conversation now. It's like, you knew this was coming, but we didn't.
Except you did. You absolutely knew. Because we've been telling you. And we started telling you all the way back before 2016. You've had 9 years to listen, but you didn't want to. You were gonna own us. Instead, now you've owned your own ass.
They say that the more you fuck around, the more you find out. And on this FAFO season, this FAFO episode, I'll be talking about the West Virginia MAGA voters who broke down in tears after Trump betrayed them and took away their job. So West Virginia Trump voters, they're feeling betrayed after mass job cuts and broken promises, reflect on their regret and ignored warnings, showcasing the consequences of misplaced trust. Right, so I will explore the mixed feelings of betrayal, regret among the West Virginia voters who supported Trump and overwhelmingly voted for Trump, particularly after losing jobs due to government cuts. And the emotional testimonies reveals a growing delusionment with the promises made during his campaign. Right, so guys, I'd like us to watch these clips of different speakers talking about this issue, and then I'll be back with further comments. But before that, kindly, if you've reached here, kindly make sure that you subscribe, turn on post notification, like this video, leave a comment, because I'd like us to have this conversation going on back in the replay. So guys, straight into it.
We literally get slapped in the face with no explanation. They fool you a lot.
I got a question. Were you not listening? Were you not listening to what he has been saying over the past 2 years? Were you not reading when we told you about Project 2025? Because everything that he's doing now is just running the playbook of what's in Project 2025. So truly the only person that has slapped you in the face is yourself. But here's the reality. It was easier for you to believe the lie that a black woman as president would be the end of America as we know it. It was easier to believe that than to believe the truth of who 4547 really is. We tried to warn you. As a matter of fact, even he tried to warn you. He told you he was going to do everything that he's doing now. It's all laid out in Project 2025. He's just running the playbook. You, sir, and everyone like you have just experienced FAFO.
Jennifer Piggott voted for Trump in the November election. Then in February, she was fired from her civil service job.
Yeah, okay, so this woman voted for Donald Trump 3 times. You just know her Facebook is filled with multitudes of posts throughout the whole entire election cycle stating that immigrants were going to steal the jobs. Lo and behold, an immigrant did take her job, but not the ones that she thought would. The county that you're from, majority voted for Donald Trump. Again, you voted for him 3 times. West Virginia, 70% of y'all voted for Trump. It's like blah, 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 the thing about no empathy, no EQ until it comes to you. You didn't give a fuck until it came knocking at your doorstep, the usual. It's like I've been doing this for so long now, and I just wonder, What is it going to take for you guys to understand? For the MAGA crowd to understand, we can highlight these FAFO stories all day long, and it's almost like they literally do not care until it comes to them. They will see another MAGA get fired as a result of Donald Trump, and then be like, well, must have been a DEI hire. It's like brick wall.
Devastation that having this administration in office would do to our lives.
But you did. Because you were fine with that devastation that's happening to you happen to other people. You were all for it. Because remember, if you go and watch that video, she says before that, at work, hey, if you didn't get the email last week, then you're safe. Well, I'm just skipping down the halls. You were fine with everyone else getting that email until it happened to you. You were completely okay with that same devastation that is happening to you, happening to other people. So yes, you did understand. Yes, you did know. You just didn't care because you thought you were safe because you voted for Trump. You thought you were safe. Well, the tiger ate your fucking face. Yeah. Enjoy.
Fourth conversation now, it's like, you knew this was coming, but we didn't. Like, no.
Yes, you did. You just didn't think it would happen to you. You knew this was coming. You knew it. You and every other federal worker, every other veteran, all of you people that worked for the federal government and knew this was coming. And voted for that man, excuse me. You knew it was coming. You just didn't think it would hit you. This is why a lot of unemployed, out of work federal workers are not getting the sympathy that they think they deserve. Because you knew. You just didn't think it would happen to you. Whole lot of people talking about, well, they're finding waste, fraud, and abuse. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're targeting. That's what they're doing. Because if they truly were going for finding waste, fraud, and abuse, the very first place they would have started is the one that gets the most federal dollars every year without fail. But they didn't start over there, did they? Nope. They went after aid programs. They went after programs that help children with cancer. They went after the National Institutes of Health. They went after Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security, things that people have been bitch moaning and complaining, thinking, wrongly I might add, that this is where all of our money is being drained. We're giving away too much money. We're the biggest this, that, and the third because a snake oil salesman told you. And y'all believed it. You believed it. And then they came for you. They did. Now, will you learn from it? Nope. No. Because people such as yourself are a detriment to this society because you do not think. We are carrying you around. Basically, you're leeching off of our test, and then you're still getting the answers wrong, and then you're upset. It's a school project. You do none of the work, but you want to take credit for it. So then when we get an F, or when you get an F, we get an F, you're all of a sudden going, wait, I didn't think I would get the F too. You did. You did. You knew this could happen. That man did not lie one goddamn time about what he was going to do. He didn't. And when that ketamine addict got his ass into the mix of it, you really should have known the fuckery is coming, and it's coming for you. You just didn't think it would. Whether it's selfishness, racism, what have you, you really honestly thought you'd be immune. Which goes to show something that I don't think a lot of people are saying. To you federal workers who voted for Trump, to you veterans who voted for Trump and now you're unemployed. You guys were perfectly okay with the damage happening to someone else. You encouraged it. You thought it was great. You thought it would be fantastic to watch others suffer. You really honestly believed that. And now you're discovering that the suffering isn't just happening to them, those who you look down on. Now it's happening to you. That shows the level of cruelty that you have. That shows the level of cruelty that you have. And that is why people don't trust you.
This was coming, but we didn't. Like,
either it's lying for the camera, or these people really do have a cognitive problem that is keeping them from understanding what the fuck is going on here. Because how many different ways do these red states have to vote? Like, this is more than just Donald Trump. How many different ways do these red states have to vote against their best interests in fear of either black people getting something or in fear of people that are not white existing? White, straight, whatever ism that they have. It's getting to a point where we need to start like looking at, is this really a cognitive problem? Like, there was a illness that caused people to dance basically until they were dead. Like, maybe there's some type of brain worm, RFK style, going around and taking.
you knew this was coming, but we didn't. Like, nobody that I've talked to understood.
That's total BS. Because earlier in that video that she's saying, people would go back and forth with her as telling her as to why she should not vote for Donald Trump. That means people around her knew the consequences. They told her, they tried to educate her, and that means she refused to listen to the information. That is called willful ignorance. So saying you did not know is complete dogwash. Just throw it away. No one believes you. Stop trying to be innocent when you are definitely not. You are terrible for thinking that this wasn't gonna affect anyone until it affected you.
The devastation that having this administration in office would do to
I know why you like Donald Trump so much, because he lies. Like, this is a lie. You guys were fucking told that this was gonna happen. You guys were told over and over again that this was gonna happen. And you hollered from the hilltops, fake news! You just don't like Donald Trump. Fucking shit. I have no sympathy for people who have zero problem with things hurting other people, but as soon as that shit affects them, they're like, boo-hoo, poor me. Ugh. You deserve this. You deserve more than this, okay?
That back and forth conversation now, it's like, you knew this was coming, but we didn't.
How'd y'all not know? We all warned you. We warned y'all, you didn't believe us. Hell, he told you what was gonna happen, and y'all have selective hearing. That's what it is. Y'all have selective hearing. And now y'all are out of jobs and shit like that. He told you exactly what he was going to do. You didn't listen. We told you what he was going to do. You didn't listen. But now you're regretting that you voted for him, and you're acting like we didn't know when everybody told you, including himself. But you didn't know. Make it make sense.
So there is this woman by the name Jennifer Pijot. Jennifer Pijot was a Trump voter, and she came out on TikTok, recorded a video expressing her feelings of betrayal after losing her job shortly after the election. Despite Trump winning West Virginia with a significant majority, voters like Miss Pijot feel abandoned as government cuts impacted their community. And former Trump supporters voiced their anger and disappointment, questioning whether their vote was a mistake as they face unemployment and community struggles. So the betrayal felt by the MAGA voters in West Virginia after experiencing job loss emphasizes the disconnect between their beliefs and the consequences of their political choices. You know, they say that every choice has a consequence, and the more you fuck around, the more you find out. You know, so the difficulty some voters have they have in accepting the reality of their political situation and they had this delusionment, or I can say they believe in false narratives. And you know, Patriot voted 3 times for Donald Trump, and the 3rd time after, for the first time Trump won in 2017, in 2020 he lost, and then in 2024 he won again, only to lose a job to an immigrant, you know, highlighting the irony of our previous beliefs regarding job security. They thought that, one thing with white people and these MAGA supporters, and I talk about MAGA supporters. MAGA supporters, they voted for Trump because they knew whatever Trump was saying will not affect them, but rather affect other people. They MAGA supporters just lacked empathy. Empathy, and they don't care about the consequences of their choices until they personally get affected. Because if it was other people experiencing this, of course they wouldn't have been here crying, So the MAGA inability to recognize the impact of their political decisions on others until the time it affects them, that's when they know or discover that, oh, really, these stuffs are going to affect us. Oh, they affect people. Oh, they are bad, and these voters expressing their disbelief about the impact on the change, or the impact of the recent changes on their lives is just crazy and diabolical, right? So sometimes being confronted with the reality of situation and realizing the consequences of your choice is just mad. It is just mad. So these voters realizing that suffering is not limited to others, it's affecting them directly, revealing a level of cruelty in their beliefs. As I've said earlier, these people thought that this problem would face maybe black people or the immigrants or the Latinos, whatever. But right now it is coming back to them. Like in West Virginia, Trump enjoyed one of the hugest wins. He won with over 70%. So these people, they knew what they were doing. Of course, they knew what they were doing. So I don't know what you think about. I don't know what you think about this, but I'd like us to have the conversation going on in the comments. So I'll ask you to leave a comment. And I want you guys to learn. What happened in Nebraska, what happened in Virginia. People are crying all over. So what happened in just the other day in Alabama. So choices have consequences, and if you guys are going to vote based on your emotions, based on your racial and racial delusionment, your anti-blackness, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So guys, subscribe, leave a comment, like, and share this video to as many people as you can. Peace out.